Our final report for the night is a little disturbing, even borderline bizarre. A security camera has captured some unusual footage. Thousands of birds are seen falling from the sky. They're dropping dead. It happened in Mexico, and people around the world are having a hard time explaining this.
The video is not fake. This happened in Mexico. Birds fell from the sky and dropped dead. Spooky, right? Another blamed electromagnetic radiation, the so-called frequency warfare. We wish we knew what she meant. One Twitter user said the birds could have inhaled toxic gases. The birds that died were all migratory. They traveled to Mexico from Canada every year. But something like this has never happened before. One netizen seems to believe there were magnetic field issues. What kind exactly? The conspiracy theory kind. In 2020, for example, some 200 starlings were found dead on a road in North Wales. Post-mortem reports showed severe internal trauma.
Right now, there was a mystery taking place over the southwest United States. Birds have been falling out of the sky and dying. We're talking thousands of them in the past few months.
I actually got emails from Texas and New Mexico as well, where they are also seeing larger number of die-offs.
Since the beginning of September, dead birds have been found across Colorado, Texas, Arizona, and especially New Mexico, where the most have been found.
Really strange. Literally birds dropping out of the sky.
Experts like Allison, who heads Colorado, Wyoming, and Utah's National Audubon Society, say the numbers could be in the hundreds of thousands.
Thousands of dead fish have surfaced along the banks of the Parramatta River following two major fish kills in recent days. The disturbing discovery has prompted calls for a thorough investigation, with fears
thousands upon thousands of dead fish piled up.
Yeah, the horrible smell. Disgusting.
Mysteriously killed en masse by something in the water.
Start concerning to see, the environment in such a condition.
A concern for public health, the health of children, the health of their pets.
There were two separate fish kill events, first at Haslam's Creek, then at Rydalmere this weekend. They washed up through roads, Wentworth Point and Homebush Bay, and more fish are in danger.
It's an unfortunate coincidence, but these decaying fish, these dead fish, will have a detrimental effect to the water quality and will have a detrimental effect to the oxygenation of this water.
Authorities say it wasn't a chemical spill, but lack of oxygen in the water. Recent storms likely contributed.
What we're doing now is getting water quality samples as well that our laboratories will analyse, and that'll give us a better understanding of the cause of the incident.
And this is just a marine mystery. Thousands of dead fish are found in the bay.
This is happening off the coast of Miami.
And that's exactly where we find Local 10's Louis Aguirre.
He's joining us live from the scene of this really disturbing discovery in the water.
Yeah, specifically, we are at a Morningside Park. My phone has been blowing up for 2 days. People sending me videos and pictures of this horrific sight right here. You're looking at it. Residents living along Biscayne Bay waking up to find hundreds of dead fish floating in the water.
We want to begin with that investigation after a farmer found a pregnant cow shot and skinned on his property. The farmer is searching for answers, but police so far have no leads.
I've never heard of it, never, anywhere in the country, and so you don't think about it until it hits home.
Steve Smith has lived on this plot of land in Owens Crossroads his whole life, picking cotton and raising calves, never concerned about people taking advantage of his property.
We've never had any problem like that, never had much cattle thieving at all over here,
That was until early Sunday morning, when someone shot and killed one of his pregnant cows.
More or less just kind of shaved it here and there and got slabs of meat and left 90% of it,
The pictures are too gruesome to show, but Smith says the strangest part is the offenders barely took any meat.
I don't understand why you do that much work for that little bit of meat,
This animal has been mutilated. and it's an extraordinary thing to witness in person, quite honestly. Doesn't look like it was that long ago that this animal was left here. But it does look like it was dropped from quite a height for the bones to tear through the actual fur like that. So it was probably dropped from a significant enough height. But when it was originally mutilated, this tear was not actually occurring until it was dropped.
Wildlife officials, they're hoping the public can help solve the brutal attacks on pelicans up and down the Southern California coast. Dozens have been severely injured in the last several months.
This is awful. In the last 8 months, wildlife officials in Huntington Beach say more than 30 pelicans have been injured, left with broken wings and compound chest fractures. And given these types of injuries, officials say they suspect they are human-caused.
Usually we see small numbers of these injuries. They're not particularly common, but we've seen an increase in frequency that has started to make us suspicious that someone is doing this intentionally.
Dr. Elizabeth Wood with the Wetlands and Wildlife Care Center in Huntington Beach is one of the veterinarians treating these wounded pelicans. The center says they've been brought in from Dana Point, San Clemente, Laguna, Newport, and Huntington Beaches. Sadly, many of the birds are brought in with untreatable injuries. For the lucky ones that can be treated, Dr. Wood says it is still a long road ahead.
UC Davis is being sued for its primate research center's collaboration with a company owned by Elon Musk that makes brain implants.
Yeah, the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine filed a lawsuit with the Department of Agriculture on Thursday. The group accuses the university of violating animal welfare regulations by using, quote, invasive and deadly brain experiments on more than 20 monkeys. They claim the animals were restrained in a chair for up to 5 hours a day, exhibited damaging behaviors, and in some cases were euthanized.
This is the stuff of nightmares, some would say, but take a look. A rare fish has washed ashore at Torrey Pine State Beach in San Diego. It's called the Pacific football fish and is one of the larger angler species out there. Look at that. It is usually found 2,000 feet beneath the sea where sunlight doesn't penetrate. The fish use a fleshy bioluminescent lure from their heads to attract the prey. In fact, you could see a little bit of it there. The species has only been seen a few times in California. That is a fascinating look.
And this is it. This is what we've been warning about, and we're starting to see fish die. We've already seen our seagrass die, and this is the big red flashing arrow that we have a problem. We are beyond the time to act. Something terrible has already happened, but we need to prevent this from becoming an emergency